In Louisville in 2007, it was incredible when one of our guests came in with a collection of maquettes, original paintings and posters, all designed by an American designer named Bern Hill. He had designed these posters to be the covers of magazines, but his name had never gotten out there, and he was literally unknown to collectors. And in this collection, you have some original artwork, and you have some of the actual posters. One of the artworks you've brought by Bern Hill is this piece that we have on the ground, hand-signed by him, as some of the others are. And we also have here the poster that was created after the artwork.
Yes.
And I know you're fairly familiar with the value of these posters through your work on the internet. So the values of these posters you think are?
Anywhere from between $1,200 to $2,200 each.
I'm going to go with the upper end of what you think to be the estimate and estimate them at $2,000 a piece. And I just want to go through some of the images because they are so unique. I've never seen any of them before. I think it's something exciting for other people to look at, such as the modernist design, the shadow of the bridge in this case. Here we have a very European style low vantage point with a big wheel of one train in the foreground and the engine. They keep going and going and going. Here are some beautiful pastel images of the Southwest for the Santa Fe Railroad. Truly an exceptional collection of posters. As far as the value on the original artwork goes, and we have here two other poster studies, and we have here what we call locomotive portraits along the top.
Okay.
Maquettes, in the artist's own hand, the originals, tend to sell for less money than the actual posters.
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah, that's the bad news.
Okay.
Here's the good news.
Okay.
The good news is that these images actually transcend the poster market. From the 1950s, most of them,
Yes.
in my estimation, the original studies for the posters themselves are worth, at auction, $3,000 to $4,000 a piece.
Oh, wow.
And the little train profiles or little train portraits are worth between $1,000 and $1,500 a piece.
Okay, that's good.
And with the 12 posters with a value of $24,000, what's the most you paid for one of the original pieces?
$500 for the one in the front. I paid $1 a piece for the posters.
$1 a piece is a good, if you're buying them for $1 and selling them for $2,000, you're doing all right.
I think I'll do fine.
These designs were so extraordinary. It was one of those, I can't believe I don't know that these exist moments, and I was so excited to see them, and they were great. It was a wonderful segment. And then that guest actually became a client, and we offered some of the posters for sale. They did incredibly well, selling for thousands of dollars, which was, they deserved to be sold at that price. And this is like a strange phenomenon of the auction world. And what happened was, after we put these posters in the auction, and after they sold for several $1,000s each, our clients who get our catalogs all the time basically must have had their own aha moment or their own eureka moment. And all of a sudden I started getting calls from people like, well, we have posters by him. We just never knew they were valuable. So what it took was that sort of initial impetus to get them into an auction, and more kept coming out of the woodworks. Since then, we've been selling them regularly. I believe he designed a total of 56 posters, and some of them sell for as much as $3,000 or $4,000 now. They're extraordinary, and they really came to market only because of that appraisal in 2007 in Louisville. Since 2007, the price of the posters has almost doubled at auction, with the best examples of his work regularly fetching between $3,000 and $4,000 a piece. And while none of the maquettes, none of the original artwork has come up for sale, I have to imagine that if it were the paintings on which some of his best posters were based, the prices would be substantially higher, maybe $4,000 to $6,000, $5,000 to $7,000 or more. Having Bern Hill's pieces walk into the show in 2007 really opened up a door of a previously unknown American graphic talent. His work was out there, it had never been brought to the public's attention, and it's kind of an honor to be at the forefront of that.